Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisam Tattvamasya Adilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Before I start Bhagavad Gita, let me just first salute to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, most sweetest incarnation ever. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Vande Krishnam Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. I bow down to you. So, Bhagavan was telling Arjuna lots of things. And yesterday we were talking about, Bhagavan was speaking about attachments, bondages, desires. And he is also saying, we too can happen as divine. Here Krishna gives us a technique to attain him, to experience. Janma karma cha me divyam. He is giving us a straight technique to free us from the attachments born out of anger and fear. Then he's saying, we can be absorbed into him, we can attain him. All actions create their own reactions. It's not like somebody sitting upstairs and noting what action we are doing, what results he should give us, nothing like that. Every action creates its own reaction. When we sow a seed, it's an action. The seed sprouts and becomes a plant or a tree. All that is a chain of events. Here, Krishna, Bhagavan, gives a technique to cut these karmic bonds, to be complete and realize the reality. Please understand, actions that are complete and free from fear and anger do not create bonds. They lead us towards elevated consciousness. Attachments are our bondage to the future based on past experiences. Please listen. Completion is stopping the effect immediately and rewinding the effect towards the cause and merging the effect into the cause, stopping the effect immediately and rewinding it back to the cause, and the effect merging into the cause is completion. Sri Krishna offers a way to be in his space of completion. This is what we were discussing yesterday. What I was saying was, when we let go of attachments and perform complete actions with no expectations, we enjoy the path of action. There is no stress regarding what must happen, since there is no attachment. That is what Bhagavan is talking about. He's saying as completion. Sri Krishna is offering a way for us to be in his space of completion. He says, how? Tell me. I'm saying now. Listen. Be drowned in me, he's saying. What is he saying? Be drowned in me. Man maya. Mam upashritaha. You will have no anger, no fear. All actions will thus be without bondage. In this manner, you can be purified and realize me. He gives the assurance that having followed this path, many people in the past have achieved realization. Listen what Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying here. He is saying, be drowned in me. Me means Krishna. You will have no anger, no fear. All actions will be without bondage. That's all we need. In this manner, you can be purified and realize me. Because he gives the assurance that having followed this path, many people in the past have achieved realization. And he liberates you from the karmas. Completion directly leads you to experience the truth. Completion directly makes you experience the reality of life. Masters are like mirrors reflecting us. If the devotee is praying for wealth, he gets it. Because masters are like mirrors reflecting us. Understand? If the devotee is praying for wealth, he gets it. If he wants healing for body or mind, he's granted it. To a devotee who says, "Oh God, I want nothing except knowledge of your true reality," the God grants him that. He shows him the way to the ultimate reality. If you visit Bidadi, you will see that there is something for everyone. We have healing prayers, fire rituals, yoga, meditation, Nitya Dhyana Yoga, Nitya Kriyas, enriching temple. What not? Annadan. For people from all walks of life, for the ones who connect with worship, we have temples. For the ones who wish to attain their reality through yoga, there are various Nitya Yoga programs. For those on the path of experiential knowledge, there are meditations. For those who want to rewrite their future as they want and live enlightenment, inner awakening, Nitya Satsang, every day Swamiji is doing Paramashivoham process for everyone. Only in this manner we can raise the consciousness of us and the society. We can't hope to transform society through any mass movement. It can happen only through individual transformation. When such people act together, it will have same power as a laser beam. Each devotee and each disciple is unique. What Swamiji tells one person is not applicable to another. See, what Swamiji tells one person is not applicable to another. He always warns his disciples time and again, please do not advise someone else based on the advice I have given you. It will only cause more confusion, Swamiji says. Understand, the technique which is applicable for you may not be applicable for somebody else. Here, Sri Krishna promises and reaffirms what he has said earlier, that he will take care of the need of every one of his devotees. Only the most compassionate being who cares for all will make this statement. Now it is left to the devotee to have some intelligence as to what to approach the master for. Sri Krishna explains here why non-attachment is so difficult. It is in our nature to look for success in whatever we do. It is impossible to embark on an activity expecting it to fail even before you start. If you expect to fail in it, how will you do it? Isn't it? There is nothing wrong in looking for success at the end of an activity. What creates problems is the illogical attachment to that expectation of success. Looking for success is nothing wrong, but our illogical attachment to that expectation, to that result, is wrong. What Sri Krishna says here shows that our mindset, human nature, has not changed in over 5,000 years. Sri Krishna came onto planet Earth 5,000-6,000 years back. Whatever he is saying, we are still like that now also. That means our mindset did not change in last 5,000-6,000 years. Even then, they were looking for material success. Please understand. Even then, in those days, they were looking for material success. They were looking for instant results. When they prayed to God, they were praying to fulfill their expectations of material success. Sri Krishna is greatest psychologist who ever lived and lives. He has measured human nature accurately. What we want is tangible and instant results. In Krishna's days, when samskaras, root patterns were relatively fewer, people had a different concept of time. Please understand. Relatively, the root patterns were fewer in those days. Now they are more, isn't it? There was much less rush and much less aggression in those days. Yet, the master uses a term, kshipra, instant. The master is talking about humanity, past, present, and future. He says, you normally pray to God not as an expression of gratitude, but to seek unfulfilled material desires, and all that you think will bring you happiness. Well, we think it brings us happiness. That's our perception, isn't it? In those days itself, Krishna is saying this. Even though root patterns were fewer than now, all your actions, Krishna says, are based on material success. And he says, such activities bear instant results in this world. Kshipram hi manushe loke. Whether you understand it or not, all these prayers and actions do produce instant results. This does not mean whatever you pray for is instantly granted by the God you pray to. God, fortunately, has far more wisdom than we have. That's why he doesn't give us whatever we ask for, because he's more wise. Because God uses his buddhi, wisdom, to grant what he thinks appropriate. However, the result of your actions is instant. The karma phala is immediate. When religions talk of karma, action, and karma phala, the fruits or outcome of action, they speak in terms of merits and sins, papa and punya. They tell you that you will go to hell if you accumulate sins, and you will go to heaven if you gain merits. They try to control you through fear and greed of heaven. There is no hell or heaven. Understand? When you think good thoughts, do good deeds, you feel good, you are in heaven. When you think evil, you act evil, you feel evil, and you are in hell. That's all. There is no physical heaven and hell somewhere, geographically. That is all there is to karma. This is the cosmic cause and effect principle. Please understand, you are what your intent is. You are, this is a key point. Listen. You are what your intent is. That's all. If you have to describe you, you are what your intent is. That's all. What is your intention? Do not blame others for your actions. Karma is in your hands. You become what your intent is. Karma acts instantly, here and now. Karma is in your hands. You are a free spirit. You have the power of thought, power of words, the power of action, and the power of living. It is not merely guaranteed by your national constitution or by God's own constitution. What you sow, you shall certainly reap. If you put a neem seed, only neem tree will come out. How can mango tree come out? That's all is karma. Your intent is you. That's all over. Essence. Bhagavan just gave one essence. That's it. Here Bhagavan is saying now in next verses, depending upon the distribution of the three attributes or gunas and actions, I have created the four castes. He's talking about caste system. Yet, I am to be known as the non-doer, the unchangeable. Listen, I am not affected by any work, nor do I long for the outcome of such work. One who understands this truth about me also does not get caught in the bondage of work. All the wise and liberated souls of ancient times have acted with this understanding and thus attained liberation. Just as the ancients did, perform your duty with this understanding. What is action and what is inaction? Even the wise are confused. Let me explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all these ills, O Arjuna. Now we come to a controversial topic of the caste system. Sri Krishna says, Bhagavan says, I have created the four castes depending upon the distribution of the three gunas or attributes. Guna means attribute or quality that we are born with. It is a reflection of the prarabdha karma, the vasana, and the mindset with which we are born. There are three basic gunas: sattva or purity, rajas or activity, and tamas or inactivity. People quote this verse whenever they want the support of religion for making the caste system more solid. They say, Sri Krishna himself has sanctioned it, or the system has been given by the incarnation himself. Listen, Krishna uses the words. Usually people use this verse as scale. Krishna uses these words. Depending upon the distribution of the three gunas. He does not say depending upon birth. He is saying depending upon the distribution of the three gunas, attributes. No two persons on this planet can be the same. Every person is unique and possesses a unique ratio of the three gunas. There are basically four kinds of people. Understand? Based on the more dominant guna in them, Bhagavan says, based on the guna one is born with, I decide his varna, his caste. Bhagavan is saying. The varna system was fourfold. Brahmanas were the scholars and priests, intellectually inclined. Kshatriyas were the soldiers and kings, ambitious and physically strong. Vaishyas were business community with strong commercial acumen. Sudras were the workers, physically able and skillful. Based on their gunas, their skill sets, and not birth, the children in ancient Gurukul were trained into their vocations, their varna or caste. Over time, this system was manipulated. Those who believed that they had a better varna caste decided to make it a hereditary right. But actually it's not. Earlier, the son of a Brahmana could not be a priest. If he was unsuitable, or the son of a Kshatriya could not be a warrior if he was inadequate. Krishna states very clearly that only the one who transcends these three gunas can reach his state, can reach the higher levels of consciousness. To reach Krishna, one has to be Triguna Rahita, beyond the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Then one becomes a non-doer. Non-doer means not inactivity, inaction. No. Inaction is laziness. One becomes a non-doer, a no caste, no attribute person. The one who goes beyond the three gunas. This is what happens. When a desire is fulfilled, it no longer creates ripples in the mind. Desires that get fulfilled are the basic needs one is born with. Understand? The desires which got fulfilled are the basic needs one is born with. Which are, what are the desires which we are born with? They are the result of the carryover vasana, the prarabdha karma. We acquire all other desires by comparing ourselves with others. These are wants, not needs. Existence has no way of fulfilling such wants. Please listen. We acquire all other desires by comparing ourselves with others. For this, why will cosmos take responsibility to fulfill that? And we always blame, "Hare, I'm worshipping you, you're not fulfilling." That is not your basic need. They are only borrowed needs. When one works out of basic need, he acquires no karma. These possessions born out of our wants can never be fulfilled or enjoyed. Once acquired, we seek the next acquisition. See, all these borrowed needs, once they're fulfilled, what we will do? Only 1 minute we are in happiness. Immediately we go for the other one, isn't it? So the cycle goes on and on and on. Have you ever seen a rich man enjoying his meal in the same manner as a hard-working laborer eating his simple home-cooked meal? The rich man is more worried about his illness than the quality of the food. Only a person who has taken a conscious birth is aware of his prarabdha karma. Only he can extinguish his karma by fulfilling this list of needs. These needs carry an energy of their own that gets them fulfilled. Please understand that the basic needs which are supposed to be fulfilled, they carry their own energy to get fulfilled. Once fulfilled, they leave no karma trace. Sri Krishna, the ultimate master, is always conscious and complete. He has no karma, no unfulfilled desires, no incompletion, and no attachment. So it is with every enlightened master. His so-called desires get fulfilled as they arise. When I desire food, it appears. When I feel the need to sleep, I rest. There is no gap between my desire and fulfillment. There is no trace of the desire after it is fulfilled. The fulfillment is complete. The attachment is zero. Therefore, there is no karma. This is the lesson every master teaches his disciples. Please understand. Work from your needs, not from your wants. Act without attachment. You shall attract no karma and you will be liberated. This is the essence. Please listen. Work from your needs, not from your wants. Act without attachment. You shall attract no karma and you will be liberated.